Greetings and welcome to the Intergalactic Space Arcade version 2.0, which also doubles as the Omega Ronin music studio, because I firmly believe that music created by the glow of arcade games is better music. That's just common sense. And I've had a lot of questions lately about Omega Ronin, about the synthesizers, about my musical journey, and if there's interest in that, it's something I love talking about. So I'm going to try to put some things together over the next few weeks about just how to get started in it, some recommendations, some things I've learned. I'm still a student. I'm still learning. I've watched a lot, like hundreds of tutorial videos to get to where I am now. And I just make stuff up, and it's a lot of trial and error. So what I'm going to do now is play a bit of Asteroids, which is on the other side of the room, and try to, I've been wanting to come up with like a cinematic space song with like the Omega Ronin like beat and feel to it. So I'm just gonna start banging away on the keyboard and talk about it and talk about my process and have a little fun here today. It's Friday afternoon, and I think the world needs some more songs inspired by asteroids. Maybe Missile Command, Super Pac-Man, Centipede. Oh, they're all so good. Why am I talking to you? I should go play some Centipede. That high score needs to be killed again. All right, now this is a pretty heavy-duty piece of gear here. This is the Juno X, which is a monster synthesizer from Ronin. And I took the plunge on this because originally I started producing. I've been editing for 25 years, editing video for 25 years, and in that time I've also used music creation software, loop software, and a lot of various packages. I always assumed I could never use a keyboard. I was kind of intimidated by the keyboard, to be perfectly honest. Then once I started to take this more seriously and launch my Turbo Volcano project and just dive into like original creation rather than just loop-based creation, I just started to bang away on things and figure out how to not just play the keyboard. I'm not a good player, but what I am good at is editing the music. So my process is it's basically like editing music. I create a song, it's something that sounds cool, but the timing's usually not right. So then I end up recording everything and making it precise. Whether it's recording in little bits and pieces or using sequencers, or recording something and then cleaning it up in MIDI and then running it back into the keyboard. And if there's interest in this stuff, I'll show it. I'll show you some more detailed videos. But I have something in my mind right now, and I'm gonna start today by creating what they call a scene, which is kind of a strange term for this. But what that means, I'm gonna call this one the Warlord because it's like the best comic book ever, and why not call something the Warlord? So. The scene consists of like multiple synthesizer sounds. So you can like activate them all. And yeah. I'm gonna create one from scratch, try to come up with something new and just put on a bunch of various sounds and create like a really rich, thick backbone for this spacey song that I'm gonna put together here. And let's see where this goes. All right, now the Ronin software is usually a bit counterintuitive. It's not nearly as nice as their actual hardware, but once you figure out how to use it, it is functional. So it starts with the scene. It's gonna have 4 parts, and there's like hundreds of presets in this thing, or I can just create my own from scratch. Normally, what I do is I find a preset that I like, and then I kind of alter it to. It's like a starting point, and then from there I can tailor it. But let's see what to use as like the bass sound here. I don't know. Let's see. The X-Wave synth is always pretty nice. Put that on there. All right. I don't like the heater pad at all, so we're going to change that to something else. I don't know. What are you? Space Hole? Sure. I'm not sure what that is. What's Space Hole? That's kind of fun. Probably not what I'm looking for, but I'll tinker around here, see what happens. All right, I forgot my camera mount here, so hopefully this looks all right. The water bottle is actually holding up the camera and it's in my way, but I'll at least show you what's going on here. Lots of fun with that thing. Okay, what you're looking at here is the matrix. This is like code, and in this code you see outer space. Clearly, it's right there, obviously. You can certainly hear it. I've been working on a slow build up. Probably gonna put a drone in the background there, like a, something that sounds like space, because that's more or less what space sounds like. I mean, people have incorrectly told you that you can't hear things in space, but they're dumb. You absolutely can hear things. See? In space, no one can hear you complain about not hearing things because it's right there. That's the lady in the red dress. So the drums are a scratch track. Obviously, you're gonna have to rework all the drums, but that's the timing. Getting there. There's a lot of work to be done on the drums. Lots of filters, various effects, plugins, some delay, leveling, new instruments. But I'm digging it. It's nice and it's got that heavy feel, which I wanted. The bass really. You probably can't feel the bass through the phone speaker or through the phone microphone, but it's actually rattling all the arcade games. So. I'm liking it. This is turning into an absolute wall of sound, which is, of course, what I like to hear. Pay attention to the... It's hard to do this with one hand because you need to have like the... There's the joystick here. But when I'm using the joystick and I hit it, it's like a different sound. Changes it a bit, so... also messing around with stuff on top of it. I decided that in the end it started to sound more like Missile Command. Gotta save the people with one hand. This is very difficult. Oh no, they're all about to be irradiated. Oh, but at least you had some good synthwave to listen to before you died. My bad. Oh man.